What does a patient detained in a hospital over an unpaid bill endure? What of the family? Well, Mashirima Kapombe spent a few hours with Ruth Kamanthe, whose mother has been detained at the Kenyatta National Hospital for 6 months now, waiting and hoping that they'll be able to raise the funds that will give her the freedom, or the hospital will waive the amount that they insist they cannot raise.
35-year-old Ruth Kamanthe takes this walk at least twice every week to the Kayole terminus. Her trip is one of necessity to visit her mother, who was admitted at the Kenyatta National Hospital in September last year, but has become a prisoner owing to lack of funds. Depending on the time, she can part with between 30 to 50 shillings from Kayole to the CBD before she boards another vehicle to Kenyatta. A trip she cannot take regularly since her mother has other needs.
Lazima nitafute fare, lazima nitafute kitu yenye naweza kumpelekea kama chakula, lazima nibaie kama tissue, lazima nimtafutie sabuni, nimpelekee.
Her mother, Sabina, had an operation at the Kenyatta National Hospital to remove a growth in her head. Before the operation, they had to pay a deposit of 150,000 Kenya shillings.
Hatukupata hiyo 150, tulipata 125. Venye tulipata hiyo 25 wakatukubalia, wakachukua mama. Venye walimchukua, wakatuambia tumpeleke private ndio aweze kutibiwa kwa haraka. Juu hapo chini, hapo kwa serikali itaenda slowly by slowly, so mama anaweza kuwa ameafektiwa kichwa yake.
This was after her grandmother sold a piece of land to raise the amount.
Venye mamangu alikuja akatibiwa, akafanywa hizo operation mbili, ikakuja ikafita 500,000.
Through a fundraiser, they were able to raise some 70,000 shillings more. Her mother was transferred from the private wing to the public wing on October 4th last year. Aside from the bill accrued in the private wing, there is also over 64,000 shillings from the regular ward that has accrued since then.
Kama tungekuwa na uwezo tunaweza lipa hiyo, tungekuwa tumeshalipa kitambo.
Actually mtoto wangu ameteseka huyo. Ameteseka sana. Sasa hapo babake anakunywa pombe. Ni mgonjwa anakunywa pombe, watoto wengine wako hapo tu ni kuchurula.
Both Ruth and her mother, Sabina, have no formal employment. Ruth's father registered for NHIF but has been unable to make monthly contributions since 2009 when he lost his job. His card was reactivated on the 13th of November last year, but the amount could not be fully settled by the national insurer. A social worker familiar with Sabina's case sympathizes with the family, but is strict on how relatives relate with patients while in hospital.
Sabina has persevered a lot of things here. Alipona na akasema kama watapata watakuja. Sasa mkianza kumulilia na yeye hakuna shida nyingine, anatakana kumeza dawa once a day throughout. Utamleta pressure juu.
Kenyatta National Hospital is aware of Sabina's plight, as of many others who are unable to raise funds to pay their bills after treatment. A letter by Ruth to the Director of Medical Services has been received, and a committee that decides on the course of action for patients like Sabina will deliberate Tuesday on her fate. Until then, Ruth can only hope that she will be among those whose relatives' bills will be written off and her mother will finally be set free. Mashirima Kapombe, Citizen TV.